Yo, 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 yo. How y'all doing out there? This is another episode from Brothas from Different Mothers. I am your humble talking host today. One of your four hosts, Kai. I got Keith, better known as BK.
What up?
I got Cam.
What up? This Cam, yo.
Not to be confused with Killer Cam, and I got Tyree.
What's going on, everybody out there? How y'all doing?
Thank y'all so much for joining us. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, but before we get into it, how y'all doing?
Wait a minute. Just a small disclaimer.
No. We're not gonna call it a disclaimer. Our other host is not here.
Oh, true that.
Our other host isn't here. Tasmanian Devil.
Tabs. Oh my Jesus.
Yesterday was his birthday. Yesterday was his birthday.
It's picking you up.
It's picking me up. All right. Yesterday was his birthday. We want to send
happy birthday, Taz.
Shout out. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, Taz.
Happy birthday, bro.
Hope you're enjoying yourself, because Killer Cam helping you out right now.
All the time. Just to make a small disclaimer for sure, we do not own the rights to this music. Other than that,
we gonna leave the door open. Come on in, girl. Killer Cam gonna trip you when you walking in.
All the time. Nah, I ain't gonna trip you though. If you bring me some drink, I ain't gonna trip you.
Oh no.
I'm not a humongous Bruno Mars fan, but I like vibing music. I like stuff that remind you of like the old tavern music.
Oh, for sure.
Yes, Life's Red.
It's for you, bro. Miss you. Happy birthday, Ty.
Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday.
Hey, let me, I don't want to seem like a Debbie Downer, but I want to send another little shout out. We lost a good brother this past Thursday. So I just want to say rest in peace to my guy, Jeremy.
Jeremy Jones.
Yeah, man. Just a good guy. Rest in peace, my brother. You know, send love to your family.
Rest in peace, man.
Fallen soldiers, it's crazy. I say stuff like fallen soldiers because we, as a community, we go through so much on just like a regular basis. Like I don't know. There's a lot going on. Some of the stuff we're gonna talk about in the beginning, but Jeremy Jones.
Rest in peace, bro.
Rest in peace.
So, speaking of fallen people, I know a lot of people have been hearing on the news. We have. It's sad that we have to talk about this on a weekly basis.
Hey, you guys.
When we ain't recording, just
sad.
like last week. Yeah,
it's sad we got to talk about this on a weekly basis, but
we got to start.
We saw the video of Dante Wright being shot by a police officer. Also, Twitter world, everybody has been hit hard with the video release of the Adam Toledo death. And those who don't know, he's the 13-year-old boy that was shot in Chicago. It's sad. We have to talk about this or address this, something dealing with just police killings of basic traffic stops, things of that nature. I don't know. This one, these kind of hit me hard, especially like the Adam Toledo. Just the whole with him lifting his arms up and surrendering and still getting shot. And it's just like, I don't know. How are we going to get past this point? Like, what do we have to do to get our point across where young black men or young men of color just stop getting killed off like basic traffic stops?
Hey, just hold them accountable. Like, the police that kill them, 55 to life.
Yeah. And
that's what I say. Just make them think about it. You know, the first person that get 55 to life or a death sentence. I'm sure all that shit straighten up. I'm sure they'll weave out the bad cops and the good cops will be like, oh, okay, that's what they doing.
Yep. I kind of beg to differ on that because honestly, it's like this. The Mr. Wright situation, they did not charge that officer with murder.
They charged her with manslaughter.
That's why, because they should have charged them with I don't know, life because they killed someone.
Well, the thing is that the charge should be different than what it is. Honestly, she should have been charged with first-degree homicide.
All the time.
But she wasn't charged with it. She was charged with something that if she get convicted, she only get 10 years.
I know.
And that to me, that's not good enough because you literally killed this young man.
Right.
You basically yelled out "taser, taser,"
and
you
shot
don't
him.
have a taser in your hand.
You're not going to even get into like the weight of the gun and the weight of the taser and how you get that confused, especially based off what the former police chief of that precinct said that it's just a killing. Like I just think that a lot of these bad officers are just too comfortable with
what they do.
Because they not because they not held accountable. That's why they comfortable. If I'm telling you, if you give a cop like what's his name, Chavez or Chuvez, y'all seen them kneeling on his neck. If you give him life, I'm sure that Dante wouldn't have been killed.
But
I'm sure.
There's a backstory to that one also because they actually was going to basically was saying that the jury is deliberating about that right now, but they said they may have a mistrial right now because he wouldn't. They said something about him not testifying.
Chavez.
Yeah. Well,
Chavez. Yeah.
They were saying something about him not. The judge was like the judge said something about it being a mistrial because he pleaded the fifth on everything that was asked of him. So it's like even with that being stated, it just like I feel that something negative is about to happen, and I just have this feeling, honestly.
Right. Because something negative is gonna happen. And that's just gonna cause an uproar, and we just gonna keep getting killed by cops.
There's some things that and we touched on this a couple of podcasts ago about qualified immunity, things that we can do to change. There's a long road ahead of us, but we can't lose
Always
momentum.
been a long road ahead of us.
Yeah. But I mean, these systems, the things that we struggle with on a daily basis and stuff, they've been in place for so many years. And to take down a system that took years to build, it takes years to break it down.
Not really. If you just give them life in prison, a chair.
But if there is no consequence if you don't give them life in prison, then what?
What do you mean?
So right now, they're killing black and brown people at an alarming rate, and most of them don't get charged.
Yeah.
Jacob Blake, he wasn't killed, but
I mean to interrupt, but Taz says they didn't need his testimony to convict him.
They didn't need his testimony, but it was just how the judge was speaking about it. When the judge was speaking about it, just Thursday afternoon. The way the judge was sounding as if he was going to make it into a hung jury or he was going to just throw it out as a mistrial.
He threatened a mistrial.
Yeah, he threatened a mistrial. And that's something that makes you think, like, why would you do all these things and all the information that's given, all the evidence is there.
It's right there. You can see it.
But let's think about all these people that's in place that can make these decisions and stuff. The judge is voted in. The judge that's running the trial is voted in. The district attorney is voted in. You got so many, like, if you're not going out to vote, then we put ourselves in these positions where we got to sit here and hope that they're going to do the right thing. But these are a bunch of people that probably didn't have anything to do with us as far as them getting their position. Like we didn't vote on their position,
Nope.
and because we thought that voting didn't mean a thing. But now we're at a very sensitive moment where now one judge or a jury can make a decision on whether Minneapolis burns down or not.
Taz also said, as a defendant, it's smart not to say anything.
Yep.
That's true. But it was just the way it's just the way the judge was speaking on the case itself. That kind of made me feel some type of way, because the judge shouldn't have said all this. He should have just basically listened to what his answers were to testify or not and moved on.
Just the mere fact that we're not 100% comfortable, regardless of all the evidence that we have. Not that we needed a whole lot, but we got enough. We got enough. Just the mere fact that we're still not 100% comfortable that he will be convicted is an issue.
Indeed.
It's not enough people being held accountable for the killing of black and brown people.
I feel if I'm a cop and I'm a fucked up cop like these motherfucking fucked up cops, I don't know if I can talk like that, but anyway.
It don't matter.
If I feel that I'm a fucked up cop, if I'm a fucked up cop, and I kill an innocent person, I deserve the death penalty or something. If these cops out here that's killing innocent people like Dante, if they convict her and send her to the death penalty or 100 years or whatever, all these other cops think about what they doing. That's what I think.
Well, let's piggyback on what you're talking about. There was an incident that happened about 6 years ago in Minnesota when a black cop killed a white resident.
Hey.
That cop was convicted to 45 years in prison right now. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but he was convicted because he killed that lady.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else that was killed that was of black descent, they got off. They got basically said that it was the shooting was verified, it was okay and things like that.
Right.
So it shows that there's an issue, there's a problem. So it doesn't matter if you're black or it don't matter that if you're a black cop
or a white cop.
You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between black and white cops. Let's just say it like that. There's a difference. So if you put yourself in that position and say if you was that cop that did this, that, and the other, you're going down.
Right.
Okay.
No matter what color you is.
No. Your color does matter. Period.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it does. Go ahead. My bad.
So all I'm saying is that it doesn't matter, if you of the wrong persuasion, you ain't getting off. Let's just say it like that. No matter what. If you're black, you're not right.
The fight isn't over.
Oh, it's only just begun.
And
only just begun. I'm sorry.
What you think about that, Cam?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I could have said it better. That's what I think about it.
Yeah.
My bad, man.
Disclaimer time.
Only just begun.
The beatings that you see upon this podcast has nothing to do with the people that are here. The only thing that do is the two people that sit next to each other.
I'm going to cut Tyree mic off in a second. So you guys are not going to be able to hear nothing he says.
I'll be like Charlie Brown's mother.
Wah.
So, want to just send peace out to the families of Dante Wright and Adam Toledo. Hope they get the justice that they deserve.
All the time.
And the fight ain't over, y'all. Let's just make sure we're doing all we can. And we got our jobs to work. We got our family to take care of.
Indeed.
And we got equal rights to fight for.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's just keep them in our prayers and just like let's hope they get the justice that's deserved. Best believe.
So another thing that I wanted to talk about, and I actually want to say the word so everybody can, I don't know, feel whatever they feel about the word.
Say it.
No, I can't say it.
No, he can't.
I can't say it.
Okay.
But I do want to address the N word. N word. And I know this has been a subject brought about like a billion times. There are some people that are for the word. There's some people that is against the word. There are some people that don't associate themselves with the word. Some people are offended by it. I just want, it's so many different avenues, so many different roads to go down when we're talking about this word. I just want to know people takes on the word, the N word, whether you hear it in a rap video, whether you hear it from a loved one, whether you hear it from somebody that's from a different race referring to you as it. Just how it make you feel. How does it make you feel? Yeah, a different race.
Cam, how you feel?
What, a different race or just from?
Just about it, period.
Different race.
The N word?
Yeah.
The N word. I don't use it. At least I know I try not to use it.
So you do use it? You do use it sometimes?
No.
Okay.
Okay. I don't use it. Just put it that way.
Okay.
But the N word, it's like when I hear it and my people use it, I say okay. But
Is that it? I hear it.
Yeah.
I hear it in my headphones too. But the opposite, if it's not my race, then it's a problem. That's what I say.
Why though?
Because the N word is like what it come to is like black people. It's like a unity sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like we all the same. I guess I don't know. I can't even explain it because I really don't use it. I think the N word was produced from slavery and stuff and like that, and it just brings anger to if the opposite race use it.
It's just the same thing Tyus is saying. Tyus says you need to take the power away from the word.
Yes.
I agree with that. And like my stance on, and I know some people like to split up the N word. Some people said that the more offensive one is the one that ends with the ER as opposed to the one that ends with the GA. Yeah.
GA?
Yeah. So, and that's what they use in like videos and when we talking to each other and stuff. I don't like the word. I think they both derive from slavery. But we don't own that word.
No, we don't.
So I don't understand the whole take ownership of the word. The word was never ours in the first place. It was used to demean us. And the one way we could take power away is just by not responding and not even using the word. Who cares? Like I literally look at it as like if you calling me a different name. If you saw me walking down the street and was calling me Gary,
right,
I'm not gonna turn around and look. My name ain't Gary.
Call me the N word. I'm not gonna turn around and look either. I don't know you.
But then again, because Todd said that because he know I really don't have a problem with the word N-I-G-G-A. But my thing about that is, again, it's just all about how you use it. In a sentence. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not gonna come up to you and be like, "What's up?" You know what I'm saying? I may say, "Man, please, man, I ain't with that." You know, it just all depends in the context that I use it in.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say, "Hey, ER." No,
up?
I don't use that. No, I don't. My thing, even I don't expect a white person to come up to me and say, "Hey, Mike, GA, what's up?"
I would like to see that.
No, we do not want to see that. They wouldn't want to see it.
Okay, go ahead.
But again, it's all about how you use it in a sentence. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna go up to a white person or a Hispanic or purple, yellow, or whatever, and say, "What up?" GA. I'm just not. But if I'm saying it in a different sentence in some other type of way, you know what I'm saying, and I have no problem with that, you know what I'm saying? Or, I'm going to be honest with you, if a person is singing it in a song, you know what I'm saying, or a white person is singing it in a song.
No.
I'm sorry. I really don't have an issue with that.
We went through that already, though, Keith. Go ahead, though.
Speak your mind, man.
Yeah, speak your mind, man.
I don't...
Preach, check out.
But I know we went through that before when we was doing security and
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
At the frat parties and shit.
Just don't be like, my GA, and then you look up at me. Yeah, we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's basically you looking at me,
Yeah.
and you said it. But if you with a bunch of white people and y'all singing, they're singing a song. They're not actually saying anything like that, because I'm not gonna go up to a white person and be like, "Hey, KY," you know what I'm saying? I'm just not gonna do that. Don't ask me whether you know what it is.
But I do. But
What?
I don't know. If like when we was doing security, you know what I'm saying? Like they played that Kanye West song and what Gold Digger and down at the frat parties.
Yeah.
Everybody was just saying it like they was proud. You know what I'm saying?
But they were just singing a song.
Man, fuck that.
Okay. Skip that.
They shouldn't even been saying it. So this is the issue with the word or the words itself, is that there's so many different rules that people have to follow in order. Hey, if you're in this setting, you can say, how about we just not take ownership of the word at all? How about we not respond to that? How about we not put it in our videos? How about we not use it to address each other? It's so simple to call somebody a brother.
Yeah,
yo, what's up, bro?
That's it.
What's up, bro? How you feeling,
That's all you
bro?
have to do.
That's
My
understandable, but everyone else decides they want to take offense because a white person is saying it, the word GA. You know what I'm saying? They don't. I know there's other ones that decided to go ER. Those are the ones who's trying to be offensive. And there's some, even with the GA, they trying to be. I'm not going to take that one to say that they're not. But we just can't go with just the N-word, because if anything, just before censorship came, you know what I'm saying, they stopped us from being able to say anything on TV. And you sit there, and I'm going to get back to when I reference this too. I'm going to get, when they went there and was bleeping us and saying we couldn't talk like that, and you had the black writers sitting there saying, and the actor and the actresses said, we don't talk like that, you jive turkey. What the heck are you doing? No, because we going to sit there and say, man, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? That's not how we talk. We don't talk the other way that other people decide they want to say that we talk like. No, so, but then there's other words that's in there. The word fuck. We shouldn't be saying that. We shouldn't be using that. The word bitch. We should not be using that. But yet and still, we're not taking the ownership to that, but yet and still, that's a bad word to use, especially when a lot of us, and not saying us because I don't, portray that to use towards women. And even dudes use it towards other dudes. You know what I'm saying? Which is offensive just as well. But we use it. and we use it in an offensive way. But that shouldn't be used. So if we're gonna take away words, then we gotta take away a lot of words there.
We can do that. And I don't think we have no shortage. I mean, if you think about our culture, and this is, I'm trying my hardest not to be racial, but we have such a creative culture. How many words from down the years that we've used that it's not even in use anymore? We literally switch up phrases and stuff. Turkey. You think of jive turkey, but I think of the 90s when we used to say, "Oh man, that's tight." You know, it's so many different. Right now. What you mean? So I this whole entire man, if we use it this way, we can keep using the word. Like it's pointless. We could come up with something else. We could do something else. I mean, to be honest with you, it's just needed. It's to absolutely separate, because we're getting to the stage where we're tired of race baiting and tired of people bringing up the past and things like, oh, just because our ancestors were slaves, we can't move to own businesses and things like that. People criticize us for living in the past and looking for handouts for things that happened in the past. But in order for us to transition to that area, we have to be ready to do that. We gotta let the past die. Just let it die.
It's not just us though. That's the difference to it. I mean, even though the word is being used in so many different ways. Okay, I don't use the word at all. I mean, even like, but people know darn well they better not use it around me. I don't give a what you say. But I'm just saying, you know, the word itself is basically, in my eyes, is used for calling somebody a slave in so many words. Because that's what it came from. It literally called us, basically, that word means lazy. And that's what they called us. That's what they called us, lazy. So we know that's not true. So therefore, I don't use the word at all. I really don't.
Some of us that is, they are lazy.
I don't use it either, man.
But the bottom line, it is correct. Everybody has a real good point about there's a lot of words that could be stopped being used, from the B word, you know what I'm saying, from shit, a lot of them, to be perfectly honest.
Well, you just use shit. What you need to use that for?
I gotta go to the bathroom. But no,
I do.
No.
Hey, you remember back in the day when you was at home, your mother, you better not say that in front of your mother. Ma, I gotta go do number 2.
I wouldn't say.
I gotta go poop.
My face still hurt. I'm just thinking about it.
But I'm just
You're not gonna tell your mother, "Hey, mom, I gotta go shit. I'll be back."
But I'm just thinking about more of the triggers.
Yeah, you try that in the Burrell and Pryor household.
But the
you got
trigger
your head
itself,
knocked off.
you know what I'm saying? It's all within use. The trigger comes from people that use it that people feel that shouldn't use it. That's where the trigger comes from. If someone sees a white person saying that word, that's a trigger.
Yeah.
Okay. If somebody see, if a Hispanic person see a white person say something derogatory towards them, that's a trigger. You know what I'm saying? Every word that's given in the English language is a trigger for something.
I don't know. So when I look at it as triggers, it's something that just directly offends you.
Right.
So like the N word itself offends so many people. It's a trigger. So that's what I'm saying about.
What up, kid?
That's what I just define as a trigger. Like if I say something, you get offended because of whatever reason, whatever history you have with that word, you go off. It's a trigger.
But it also comes from if you allow it to be a trigger too.
That's what we're talking about. So how do we take the power away? And the only way, we don't own the word anyway. We didn't come up with that word. We didn't come up with any variation of that word. Nothing.
Actually, we didn't. We really didn't.
We just took ownership of it.
So we shouldn't be upset when.
Why?
It's not our word.
Why?
It's not our word. It's not our name. So why answer to it?
Why?
That's what I'm getting to.
You only answer to what you call by all the
what
time.
you believe in.
You know what you believe in. Yeah.
Like, I mean, honestly, if someone called you a B, I mean, would you really be offended unless you were a B and you didn't want other people to know you were a B?
Hey, they call you a B.
But y'all know what I'm getting at.
I
don't know
what you're going down. I can see where you're going with this. But I mean, you're right, because if we don't like if you don't care about it, people can say what they want to say. You know, sticks and stones. That's what we was brought up with. You know, that was way back in the day.
Sticks and stones
may
break my bones.
It can't define you.
But
so anybody that uses the N word or the B word, it don't define you.
It don't define you. But if you walking and somebody call you the N word, that's not your race.
I'm gonna keep walking.
But entertaining.
I'm gonna keep stepping.
And here's the thing about that. I understand what you guys are saying, but I understand what Cameron's saying. But let's be honest. If I'm with my girl and we chilling, no, you probably get a pass at that moment. Right. If you're talking to her and you call her a B, I'm gonna make sure she's squared away. And I'm probably going to whoop your ass. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to keep it 100.
Now, we talked about this. This is for a different reason, though. This is for a different reason.
I feel you.
This is for a different reason.
You know.
So, when these situations come about,
when these situations come about,
normally I will fade the black right about now. But as of right about now, I can't fade the black.
Human. That's what I say.
Just let my host, go to and use number one. See, I'm choosing to use that word.
No, do what I do. Hey, do what I do.
Happy Saturday.
So we talked about this. So that's a different scenario. So.
A potty break on time. Yeah. You know he went to 12 for a potty break.
Potty seat was full. But we talked about this a little bit. So yeah, that's more of a different situation. So it's a pride. It's more of a pride situation.
And I understand that, but you're not gonna sit here and tell me we're gonna do this and then we're not going to do that.
The reasons are different.
And regardless of
it's something that we need to work on.
Okay, that's understandable. We can work on it to make it better. I have no issue with that. But I'm just trying to say, if you're going to say you're going to take the power away from it and you're just not going to do nothing, you're not going to do anything, period. At any time, at any moment. But let's be honest, realistically, that is not the case. It is to the point where it's that I may give you a break. And even if I'm with my guys, I'm either going to have to calm them down because they're going to be like, what possessed you to even try to use that when you got all of us together? That's for one. So then we probably going to think you're kind of off your rocker because all of us finna stump a mud hole in your ass. So we're going to go about our business because you're probably off your rocker. But if I'm with my woman, again, I'm going to square her away if I can make sure she's squared away. And I may even give you a little bit of, talking to, like what's wrong? Because for right now, you may end up getting your ass whooped and go about your business. But I can't sit here and say, I'm not going to use that word, close the washroom. And I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not going to use... He's so retarded.
Go ahead. You said you're not going to use the word.
I can't sit there and say, Cameron, come sit down, please.
All right, man.
Mr. C.
I have to go take a leak or something. My partner.
Cam, you're live.
I know I'm live.
Oh, Jesus.
I know I'm live. But you know what?
This guy here right about now?
But we are human up in here, though.
Anyway.
Ain't nobody no superhero. We are human.
Well,
let me piggyback
if the
off what
definition is not going to the restroom in the middle of a podcast, then I am a superhero.
Hey, if you don't go to the bathroom, then that's on you.
But to go off of what you said right now, I would interact with that individual that has something to say. His reaction to me talking to him will react me. To be perfectly honest with you, because if you have a little discussion, he just come back like a little off, then I'm going off too.
But then again, you still can't go back to sit there and say you're not gonna give no power to that word, because regardless of the fact, you're picking your moments when you want to give power to that word. If you're not going to do it, you're not going to do it. It does not mean, in parentheses, only if this happens.
The power is not on the word no more. The power is on the person. Because the conversation that you're going to have with that person to try to, see what's going on with them. Just, like I said, piggybacking off of
I'm going to be honest with you, Tyree. I'm not really going to check to see what's going on with this cat. 9 out of 10.
I'm only basing off what you're saying. I ain't saying that for to turn around and be like, Pippin, what's wrong? How you doing?
You bring up an interesting point. Yeah, I get what you're saying because I would feel a certain way. If I'm by myself and someone's using that word, I have more power to just be like, yeah whatever, man. Right. But if I'm with my wife and then someone is offending like our family or her, okay, that will probably garner a different approach.
That's different.
But you do bring up a very strong point. I probably would do something. And I'll be a hypocrite because I'm sitting here saying, don't give the word power, but you offended my wife, the word has power.
Yeah.
So it just needs to be a bigger discussion. Are you still offended if your wife isn't offended? Or if your girl isn't offended? Or if your significant other isn't offended? If they're not offended by what the other person is saying,
should you be offended?
That's the whole question. You know what I'm saying? My thing is I'm going to keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it moving. She good, I'm good. She don't want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. But that's using the N word. Again, the key thing is how you decide to use any word that should not be used. Again, if you decide, if you want to call my girl a bitch, yes, I know she's not a bitch. I know it's for me, and like we spoke about, Todd, you got nerves to actually call my woman out of name, and we're not even doing anything. We're not talking to you. We're not even studying you. We're in our own world. But you decided to come up out your world and try to enter into mine. There's only so much I'm going to sit there and take, because if I ignore you, and I'm hoping that maybe that's a one-time thing you're going to use, and then you're going to go about your business. But 9 out of 10, you're going to sit there. Well, they're going to sit there, say what they need to say, and if they don't get no reaction out of me, they're going to try their best to get a reaction out of me. Right. So they're going to call her something else. Well, you in that ugly bitch. Well, you in that bald-headed bitch. My girl bitch. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's ridiculous. So you're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be lying. Yeah, now I'm finna put hands on you. Why? Because you proposed something to me, and I decided to respond to you. So I'm going to respond to you in a way that's not right. I know it's not. Because nor did he put his hands on me, nor did he come in our face. He's just making his comments behind. So again, I take that and I sit here and I think about that. So if you're cowardly doing all that, I'm going to go about my business. But if you're following me doing that, I got to make sure she's squared away. And then I'm going to turn around and be like, and because if you still coming in that direction, we got a problem. Because you got to check out your scene as far as what's going on. Because you don't want to get baited into anything, right, and see yourself advancing, and that's exactly what they wanted you to do. So now it's not just that one person, it's 2 or 3 other people that have stepped up out the dark. Now they're coming in on your tail. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that. So, you know, the words that we are not supposed to use, because it's not just the N word. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because the N word to me has been talked about so many times by so many celebrities, by so many activists. You know what I'm saying? It gets to a point that it's like, okay, the N word. We know what to do and what not to do when it comes down to that word. We do. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? It's the R word. You know, racism. Period. That's the word for me. Not to say we get rid of it. We need to get rid of the whole thing, period. And maybe that's getting rid of it. But I'm just saying, but it ain't going to never happen. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's one of the words to get rid of. Everything else, I don't foresee that happening. Not saying that it should and we ought to get together, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just saying there's a lot of other things and a lot of other words we should not say, but we do use in today's society. You know what I'm saying?
You get rid of the N-word, though. You can't.
Yeah, you can make it
get
lose
rid
its
of
power.
within
I think if you don't give it power, I think it goes away on its own. Like if people figure that they can call you that and you not get offended by that or it not trigger you at all, it serves no purpose for you.
Hey, my guy Rob Q said you can't get rid of it until it's acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? And which is understand. You know what I'm saying? You can, if everybody acknowledge that word, they just say the N-word. We acknowledge that word, okay. It's a word.
Like acknowledge it how though?
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
just acknowledge it, knowing that it's there. It's there. People use it. You still have people out here that choose to use it in a negative way.
I think that's what we've been doing anyway. I
You know
think
what
we
I'm
have
saying?
been acknowledging it. Like
You know what I'm
everybody, like anytime somebody says it, we pay attention. It doesn't matter who says it. If you hear that, you turning around, you like, what's going on?
It gets your attention.
It gets your attention because
But that's just like if I called you out your name. Tyree. Ty.
What's up?
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm going to get your attention.
Right.
But that word itself, you know what I'm saying? If I say, what's up? You ain't going to sit here and say, why are you using that word?
About this.
Are you going to sit? Wait. Are you going to sit here and ask me, why are you using that word and asking me like that?
But you got to think about it.
That's my question.
You can't.
No, I'm saying, are you going to look at me saying, why are you using that word with me?
I'm not.
Why?
Why should I?
I'm just saying, but why?
That's my answer. Why should I? Why should I basically ask you why you're using the word? You chose to use it. Is it your vernacular?
Right, that's what I'm trying to say. It's only until either certain race use them, and that's basically really it.
But the bottom line to it is this: that word is like saying hello. That meaning that when you hear that word, you're gonna turn around and you're gonna acknowledge the word and see who said it. That's what's gonna happen right away.
True.
Because it's a trigger. What I'm trying to do is disarm the word.
Yeah, it's a trigger.
Like if you still getting angry because somebody calls you the N-word, that word doesn't belong to you. That word wasn't created by us. It was used to demean us. If we take the power away by not even acknowledging it. And yeah, it's racism. I'm not naive to sit here and think that we're gonna kill racism. That's not my goal here. My goal is to prevent us from falling victim to racism.
So the bottom line is basically giving us the tools, or giving people the tools to understand that don't feed into the silliness. You know what I'm saying? Don't feed into the foolishness.
Okay.
Just know what the word means.
Q said, acknowledge that humans have prejudice. It said in the same sense, some whites don't like blacks. Some dark, light-skinned blacks don't like the others as well.
So we have to acknowledge that we're all in accepting who we are and looking for equal rights. We must accept that we're all different. So just because that we have the same skin color doesn't mean that we have the same goals, that we have the same dreams.
Definitely.
And that's what people get. That's what people get confused. You hear a lot of politicians like trying to split our community up by saying like, well, he's black, he does this, so how come you're not doing this? Or if you're not doing this, you're not black enough. And it's to the point, it's just sickening. We're all different. I don't expect, I'm a liberal, I don't expect every black person to be liberal. There are some African Americans that are millionaires. They are not going to have the same needs as me. I don't want to split our culture in a way that we have to feel that we have to be responsible for our whole entire culture. There are some people that's going to take on that mantle. There are some people who think it's the better idea is for them to live their life and give advice to those who are trying to do the same things that they are. I encourage that because we need help on all fronts. It's just not, we're dealing with police brutality. Not every African American is dealing with that. So I'm not going to get mad if they don't want to step into the cause, or if they don't want to talk about it or address it. They got other things that they need to address. There are some young black millionaires that got some ideas and they need help getting that off the ground. They're not going to get that off the ground if they're sitting here talking about racism and things of that nature. We have to be good on all fronts. And it's a juggling act.
I'm sorry, cut you
go
off.
ahead. No, that's all.
So what you're saying is deal with everything at the moment. So whatever moment that's there, deal with race. We're dealing with the whole Mr. Right situation right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're dealing with the Floyd situation right here. Mm-hmm. We're dealing with the rich people over here. Dealing with that people over there. But that's how I feel it is. Period. Honestly,
I say fight for the things that affect your life, that affect you and your family life. That's what I say, and put in that fight, because to be honest with you, there's a lot of bad things that's happening within our community that we can't all fight every single battle at one time and then still live our life and raise our family.
True indeed.
Like it's too much. It's too much. There's systemic racism. There's qualified immunity. Black people dying by the hands of cops. Mm-hmm. There's voting laws that are being passed that's preventing, that's hurting our people from voting. There's so much going on. You cannot fight everything. There's racism in Hollywood. There's racism in the music business. Mm-hmm. There's racism in home ownership. You can't fight every single battle. Mm-hmm. But there are things that are affecting you right now at this very moment. I say that those are the things that you should concentrate on and put in a full fight for.
So the N-word is affecting you?
The N-word is not affecting me. It doesn't affect me. But I think it's important for me to share my experience or what I think about that word to somebody who is affected by that word. Yeah. There are some people that are triggered by that word. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There are some people that will go the distance if they hear that word. I feel you. So right now, I'm hoping that somebody hearing this right now who's probably triggered by that word will hear that word next time and think about it before they make a decision that can affect the rest of their life.
Definitely. Laying you in jail, killing somebody for some apparent reason. Family. Yeah. I definitely agree with you on that.
I do too.
I've experienced like me and my cousin Dave. We had went. I don't know how long ago. That movie Shocker. Remember Shocker? That dude that was killing people and he was sentenced to death and he came back through electricity. Okay. I don't know how long ago that was. I know I was about 14 or 15, and me and my cousin, we went to go see that movie, Evergreen Plaza on 95th and West in Chicago, Illinois, and we had a choice after the movie to catch the bus home or to buy some food to eat. We was 14 now. To buy some food to eat or to walk home. So we chose to walk. So we bought some food home. So as we walking down Western, I stayed on 125th in Michigan at the time. And so we walking down 95th and Western all the way to 27th and Western.
That's a walk.
Yeah, that's a walk, but we young though, right? You know, and as we walking, I'm hearing white people say, "Go home, nigger," and I'm sorry,
N-word.
My bad.
N-word.
Go home, N-word, and you don't belong over here, N-word. And this N-word and that N-word and boy and this and that. So we get to like, I think like 115th and Western, the busy streets.
It's a long walk.
Yeah. But we young. It's nice outside. Mm-hmm. And we like, you know, cars, we traveling south. Cars going and they trying to turn left. We get in the middle. We stuck. A car ride past. I never forget the car. It was a Thunderbird with the bird on the front, two-door, with the T-top. Dude with the beard and the mustache. Rolled past, finna turn left and spit on us. Call us the N-word. How do I supposed to feel about that up until today?
As I can hear, you have a lot of anger still about it right now.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of anger about it because the N-word, it's that's why I don't really use it. I don't really use it. You know what I'm saying? I don't use it.
Well, see, I think that's you're expressing the importance of letting it die. Like, kill it.
Go for it.
Man,
You know I love you, Cameron. I love you, I love you through and through. But as you get older, you know what I'm saying, you tend to look at things a lot different. And I understand those ignorant SOBs, you know what I'm saying, did what they did. But we cannot pick and choose.
we can't.
And what I'm saying that is because there's been a lot of black people that have did some other dirty stuff to us just as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they may have called us the N-word. They may have called us MF, B's. You know what I'm saying? All those above. So what makes that word worse than all these other words? You know what I'm saying? Your experience was a bad experience. Cannot take that away from you and D at all. You know what I'm saying?
Too. I
Yes.
didn't even get to that
Yes.
part.
Yes.
I got to that part.
Yes, you did.
Where he make that left and spit on us.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So I am, you know, sorry that you went through that. You know what I'm saying? But it's just an experience that I'm sorry that you and D had to go through. You know what I'm saying? But it made you a better person just as well because you know, that could have turned you bitter than a mug.
I could be dead right now.
That or bitter, and when I'm saying bitter, you could be saying all white people. See what I'm saying? All white people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's that all. Now you're generalizing everyone, but you're not like that. You know what I'm saying?
Never
it's just
been.
those ignorant SOBs, you know what I'm saying, that did what they did. You know what I'm saying?
But we talk about the N-word.
But that's how I'm getting to it. But getting to that part as far as what they said, you know, what you're doing about it, what you done did about it, not saying you moved on from it, you're using it as a learning tool for other people.
Never move on.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that we cannot sit here and say the N-word and the way that it was used. That's because that's the worst. I'm going to be honest with you, I can use something else just as worse as but black people did it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be honest with you because I'm going to be honest with you. Those are the main two races that I've encountered that have done something negative in my life to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to sit here and say it's always been white people. It has not. It's been us colored people doing it to each other.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I definitely agree with
You
that.
just said color people.
Yes, I did go there. I've been back to the slavery days.
But that's one thing I always tell people, especially young kids. You know, we are our worst enemies. We are our worst enemies, and we don't see that. I really don't think we really look at that and see that. You know, and it's like we have to look within ourselves to fix within ourselves before we can fix anything else. From a word
What up, bro?
to anything.
Right. You know. Go ahead.
I don't know why there's such a need to hold on to the word. I don't get it. Like, think about it. Most of the time you hear the word, no, it's in no good sentence. Like most rap songs who use this, they talk about somebody that they want to off or they want to beat up or who they're warning against. like there's no like think of one instance that someone has used that word and it meant something positive. Like anybody who will remember a good event in their life that said, you know what, I remember they was like, you know what, congratulations, N-word.
Okay.
And I got a trophy for it. It was great.
Don't get on me. I know
I'm
y'all
not.
gonna do it.
I'm not. Speak your mind.
I was watching Training Day, right? They got the money. He was happy. He was like, "Man."
Yeah, I gotta give him that one.
He was like, "Man."
Because that has nothing.
Ain't got nothing to do with it.
It really doesn't, but it has solidified
But when
Denzel for making
the Oscar
that word. And
but my point to that,
anybody that says that word knows
what it means.
that's for him in his movie.
they're relating it to they're relating it to the movie. I get it.
But real life actions, no. Real life actions,
No one. No.
I mean, shoot, even in that movie, if you go back and think about it, but like, man,
you take it away from
he called me my N-word.
Right.
Like,
you take
he gonna think about all the stuff that he put through.
Man.
I think we're gonna be all right to have this notion that something, and we're taking away something in our culture. If we drop the word, it's just nonsense. The culture will live on.
Yeah.
The culture will grow. Yeah. And we are probably saving the lives of a lot of people just by letting it go.
Ron is saying, what's up to everybody?
Hey,
what's going on?
What up?
What's going on, bro? Hope you having fun down there where you at, bro.
I know,
ATL.
right?
So, Robert on Facebook, he brought up a very good point. Like, if instead of calling you the N-word, if he called you dark skin or black boy, would have been different. I said I think so. I think so.
Black
because
boy,
the thing is that sometimes we use the word to not get into our feelings about a scenario or a situation. Like, we don't like racism. No, I mean, a lot of people who are victims of racism, we just don't like it. We don't want to be around it. We don't trust those who practice that around us. That's just it has a dark history with us. Like, I would say our history is probably darker than any other country that I could think of right now. It's dark. It's dark. And that word is just associated with that history. Like, that word above all other words is a trigger because of its history. Now, if that represented, like, if we came to this country, the first time we stepped foot on this soil, and we were treated like kings, and we were called the N-word, it's not a problem. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
But it's a history that's attached to that word that drives everybody to just, and it is an underlying feeling there. Like, we want to change people's minds about racism. We want to just sit there and shake somebody and say, don't you see how wrong this is? They don't care. Their life is not affected by your life being in shambles. They don't care. As a matter of fact, they have so little care in this world. Like, they're not worried about bills. They're not worried about buying a house. They're not worried about good credit. They're not worried about car repairs or anything like that. They ain't got nothing on their plate but to ruin your life.
Now I'm finna go and as Brother Ron would say, I'm gonna play devil's advocate with this.
You ain't gotta play devil's advocate to give a different side. Give a different side.
But I'm just saying we playing devil's advocate right about now. But along with that the remark that you was making, lost my train of thought just that quick looking at these numbers.
But I was talking about just a word, like just a word in its history, the history behind the word.
Okay, now with that, not one of us went through anything of what our ancestors went through.
No.
Not one of us went through 1/3 of what they're going through. I think the problem that we're still having is the fact that it's still going on. There's still white people that's not doing the right thing. Whereas that when I say that, I'm saying that they try their best to not let the minority, whether it's black, white, purple, pink, fuchsia, move up. Which is the same thing that they did, and worse. And I mean a hellified worse. Because being able to, to vote and doing a lot of other things and stuff like that, again, we have not experienced what they experienced. They experienced lynching. They experienced being just extremely talked down, being beaten, kids taken. You know what I'm saying? All that and another, which again happened back then. Right now, we haven't experienced that. So we're holding on to something that our ancestors went through. We're holding on to something that they went through. And just because the people back then didn't acknowledge us and do the right thing then, we're still holding on to that as if that happened to us. And it didn't. You know what I'm saying? I can understand being angry because you got this person, talking football reference, blocking us and not letting us get through. So we're not able to score the touchdown, which is basically move up. Get that promotion that was just justified to be ours. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand that. But the N-word, for me, I've outgrown it. It does not make that much of an impact on me anymore because, again, of the things that I mentioned, because I didn't go through what my grandmother went through, my great-grandmother went through. You know what I'm saying? And I can be bitter because that person did what they did to my great-grandmother or my grandmother. But guess what? They're not here. So just because they done inflict that negativity onto their kids, again, I can't beat up their kids because of the person that did something to my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my grandfather, my uncle, my aunties, all that, etc. I can't do nothing to them because they're gone. And even if I did, you know what I'm saying, and got all that out, my great-grandmother and all those people I named, they're gone. So I'm sitting here doing what I'm doing and having these strong feelings for something that I didn't
go through.
Right, and that they did. And to be honest with you, God rest their souls, they're gone. They're not dealing with that crap no more. You know what I'm saying? So us asking for reparations for something that happened when I was not born and stuff like that, that makes no sense because I don't look for that. You know what I'm saying? For the simple reason I didn't go through it. And then if you giving something to my grandmother and my grandfather, and you want to do something for all of them, make their grave site nice, do something, whatever, in their name, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But for me to be looking for that, for me to be getting all upset because, what you did was jacked up. I guarantee you, right about now, you would not do this to this day of age. Because if you did, anyway.
I don't know.
See, it's like what everything I'm hearing right now. Because we took it from now to then and things like that. But in my eyes, it's like it's a stigma that stuck to that word. Everybody has their own little, I want to say, moments about it. Like, because like in all of us, certain things was instilled into us when we were children. Okay? My grandmother and my grandfather told me certain things about what happened to them at that time. Maybe the same thing for you, BK, and for Killer Cam. But my thing is that that's what we are living by.
What?
A lot of us. Because we were told stories that
you want me to tell you something? Call him Killer Cam.
I heard him.
like, he was like,
Stop calling me that. Don't
Oh,
call
no,
me
go
that.
ahead, man, go ahead. My bad, Tyree.
No, you good. You good. I had to do
Killer
it.
Kevin killed the vibe.
hey, he only said that to John. Was like, don't call me, don't kill a cab. I ain't kill a cab.
I had to. It was like it was an open door. I had to get that. But no, we were all of us, you know, were told individual stories. So when we hear these certain words that are stated, you know, from the N word to the B word to whatever, they have a certain stigma attached to them. Mm-hmm. So that's what makes us react. That's basically makes us say, okay, because we it's like we revert back to the times that they dealt with. Mm-hmm. That's why I listen to what you're saying and things like that. That's what I feel that a lot of people are dealing with. I don't care about the word.
Yeah, but you gotta wake up. And for real, you do. You gotta wake up because again, you didn't go through it.
True.
So my stance on that is that I would agree with you if we were just talking about let me just tell you my stance on the whole ordeal. So I don't want my ancestors sacrificed. So I want to pay homage to them when we move further in equal rights, because they sacrificed their souls. They mined. Some people took those whips. Some people picked their cop. We are responsible for a lot of what's built in this country. So I'm not against reparations. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm not. I don't want a check or anything of that nature. I want to get a foot in, to not just acknowledgement, just like a foot in the money that this country is making because of the sacrifices our ancestors made.
But when you say reparation and then the money, you want what?
No money. So reparation. I know some reparations come in the form of money. And we are talking about money, but I'm not looking for a check or anything. I'm looking for an easier time to get a home.
Okay.
You know,
same thing that I was saying.
Something I can do to build wealth or things of that nature. Okay. I can't forget about what our ancestors did. I understand that we're going through something different. We're not going through what they've gone through. But I want to continue to remember them and build off what they sacrificed for. And that's where, like, we can remember them without being stuck in the past, but moving forward and building upon the foundation they've established.
But being stuck in the past is being stuck, for me, my opinion, being stuck in the past is being stuck on a word that triggers me. If you're talking about that, there's not anything that I would not do for my kids that wouldn't trigger me if I think you're trying to wrongdo them. Okay. So when we're saying the N-word, and a lot of us has dealt with that N-word in negative forms, and we have. And the other people on the end, ignorance is all outdoors. But what I'm saying is, in the N-word, I'm saying in a way I don't give that word power, but in a way I do. Because, again, if you come disrespecting my woman, whether she's black, white, Puerto Rican, Jewish, or whatever, Jewish, pink, yellow, and purple. I didn't mean to say Jewish, I'm so sorry.
I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Disclaimer.
Oh my God.
Oh wow. I do apologize. I'm just saying, you know, we're gonna have a problem. But again, if I hear you call me the N-word, all right, well, it is what it is. I'm gone. Whatever. And I'm going about my business. Because again, I'm looking at my surroundings. I'm paying attention to my surroundings. I'm paying attention to what's going on. So I'm not going to be willy lump and allow you to bait me into something that I know that I feel that is a trap. And that's going to be the first thing that's come on my mind. I think you're trying to trap me. You know what I'm saying? I think you're trying to bait me, because what else will possess you to come mess with a couple that's minding their own business and you trying to call us out our name? Anyway, but what I'm saying about that N-word is the exact same thing that I'm saying about anything else. In a way, I don't give it power. I can say 75%. I do not give it power. And the 25 is if I'm with someone. You know what I'm saying? That you choose to come and disrespect us. And you want to try to challenge us. Because nowhere in hell, you know what I'm saying, if I'm letting you just come up and do what you need to do, or, you know, all of, and that and another. But calling us out a name does not bother me. You know what I'm saying? I'm moving on, and I choose to respect that by moving on and honoring my ancestors, then by not sitting there allowing something like that to bait me in, whereas that I act a fool. Well, I act a fool and go crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I can't allow that. And as far as the reparation thing is, and I truly do believe in. That's why I said, like, if you want to put something in their name, stuff like that, I don't have a problem with that. You know, you're doing something for them. I have no issue, no qualms with that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of us out here in this world that think they deserve to get money. They deserve to get this because of what their grandparents, grandfather, so-and-so and so-and-so went through. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for no handouts. I'm going to do what I need to do. You know what I'm saying? To get ahead. All I want is for you not to try to roadblock me and stop me from getting to where I'm going because of my scans.
So I don't look at it as handouts. I look at it as that's money that's owed to you.
Right. I feel you. That's what I'm saying.
So I'm not looking at just not welfare or anything of that nature and all that stuff. Your ancestors laid down their lives for you to be here right now.
Right.
Like, yeah, you should be compensated for that. Your family should be compensated for that.
All the time.
They should be compensated maybe for certain things. Because not everybody went through it. But again, if it was going to be given out, it should have been given out a long time ago. A long time ago, it should be given out. You know what I'm saying? Because if we sit here and wait on this and say, oh, it's about time. Hey, you gave it to the Mexicans. Hey, you gave it to the Chinese. Hey, you gave it to the Scottish or whatever. I'm just saying. I'm not going to sit here and constantly keep looking and be like, hey, what about the black folks? You didn't get it. Let's keep moving. We got to keep moving. We can't sit here and wait and wait and wait.
You don't have to sit there and wait.
I'm just saying.
You can get what you owe. You can get what you're owed and still keep
If
moving.
it ain't happened yet, there's no reason to sit there and get angry because it has not happened.
I agree with you.
You can get angry back then, but we're not going to get angry right now.
So
let's keep it moving.
We need forward movement, period.
Yes, basically we need forward movement right now.
I say, hey, forward moving and get what you owe.
Exactly.
Get what you owe. So,
I agree.
yeah, I'm feeling, man. I love. We could talk about this all day.
All day.
We could talk about this all day. But I do want to get. We got a lot of people looking in. A lot of people messaging. I do want to get into some things about just something real quick. But vaccines out. We're hoping to get things back to a little. I know we got a little ways to go. It probably won't happen till like near the fall or winter or maybe early next year. But I miss vacation. I miss vacation.
Yeah.
I miss my second home, which is Las Vegas.
All day long. Big ups.
Las Vegas. Peace out to Las Vegas.
I gotta give it up, man. Man.
Hey, since I've been winning in poker, I think I miss Las Vegas too.
Oh my God, this kid really?
That just came out of nowhere.
I want y'all to.
What's that? 4-5 weeks straight.
Hey, before we get into where we like to go, what we like to do, some of our vacation memories and stuff, I want people to send a message in and talk about your favorite vacation spots. Why is your favorite vacation spots? Some of your fondest memories there. But we're gonna get into just a little bit some memories we had on some of our favorite vacation spots. Tyree, you going anywhere?
Jamaica Martin.
I can only say Jamaica. My Lord.
Q said, when we going back?
Oh my God.
Well, I was just in Vegas a couple of weeks ago.
Man, it took me 3 times to figure Vegas out. The first time was a disaster. Robert, this is gonna be news to you. But I saw those tables.
Well, Tyler was there with us.
Yeah, he was.
All the time.
The very first time I went to Vegas.
You was there with us?
No, that was the second time.
Oh, that was the second time?
The very first time I went to Vegas, blew all of my money within the first 2 hours there, and we had 4 days to go.
You was looking at big winner, big spender.
Yeah, I lost that money so fast. I was just trying to get it back. I fell into that trap so easy. Hey, Excalibur.
Hey.
Excalibur.
You fall into that trap when we played?
Oh my goodness. Don't even talk about poker. Look.
I'm just saying.
Hey, blood thicker than water. My cousin Keith, better known as BK, pretty much shielded me.
Yeah, that was cute. It was.
Shielded me from the embarrassment of not having money by fronting me for everything.
All the time, man. That's what family
2 hours.
do.
2 hours, lost everything. Couldn't eat. I would have had to stay in the hotel room. People was asking for gas money. I had nothing for them. I was just looking right at BK.
You probably would have been on
You
a
got your
sign
gas money and my gas money?
on the street with a sign.
Cam on there, he's ain't even out there with a sign.
Hey, that was our first time there. That was also my first time.
That was your first time?
Yeah, with me, Todd, and Q, and a couple of his guys. Yeah, we went to Vegas. Yeah, that was the first time I had breakfast. Yeah, and was.
I ate wherever you ate. Hey, what you want to eat? Whatever you like to eat.
Hey, whatever you like.
Whatever you like.
Hey, man, where y'all want to go? Whatever you like to go. Whatever you like
Hey,
to go.
Q said, I was wondering why you was eating peanut butter sandwiches.
Boy, peanut butter sandwiches would have been like steak.
I know. Right?
We ate good. We ate good. We partied good. We was good. It just eating breakfast out of a strip joint was just yeah. No, it was not.
Breakfast
I ain't never seen a small bottle of water that cost $6. I've never seen a small bottle.
Breakfast in a strip joint.
So it was the only joint open at that time. So if you've never been to Vegas,
$40 to get in.
If you've never been to
breakfast at a strip joint, go ahead.
If you've never been to Vegas before, here's the trap. So you think it's a good idea to stay in a hotel that offers you breakfast, lunch,
going back,
and dinner, and you pay for that, but you never wake up in time for the breakfast, and you never make it back in time for dinner.
You starving then.
So you think so? Like to be on the restaurant in the hotel schedule is not a good. Vegas
it's not
time.
gonna make it.
It's not a good Vegas time. It's not a good Vegas time. And everything else outside, like on the strip, is super expensive. Everything. And I let me give you some advice.
Hey, not bills. Bills weren't expensive. Steak and eggs late at night.
So we did the veteran move the third time. We're good now. We know what to do now. But man, that first time was a disaster.
Oh yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that.
Great though.
Second time we went. Yeah. Yeah. See, no. You want to enlighten us on that second time?
Come on, Cam. Let us know. Put us on point, Pippin.
What? I was just out there partying and I ate Keith food, BK food.
Yes,
Yeah.
he ate my
No,
sandwich.
no, I didn't mean to eat it.
He said mean to eat it.
So that mean it
But
delicious.
he was asleep. And he wasn't eating it. I didn't want it to spoil.
It's about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. These cats still wanted to walk the strip. Now, me and Todd, we already have been here. We like, man, well, but no, because Todd
that was my
running
first
over
time there. Yeah.
I was like, 'cause actually, that wasn't mine. That was actually my 3rd time
That was
going.
my first time there.
And I wanted to go back and get some sleep. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. They still want to walk. We down there by Bally's, and they still want to walk. I got my food from Fat Burgers. I'm ready to go back to the crib, which is my room, which is where Todd and I share the room at.
Mm-hmm.
So Todd has the key.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
was you
this.
sleep in there or something?
Man, first of all, I'm glad that I locked Keith out.
He went with my government name.
So, Keith, better known as B. I'm glad I locked him out. I'm gonna tell you why. This man sleeps with the air conditioner on.
On 0.
No,
He said on 0.
he obviously knows the trick to bring the air conditioner down to -16. I've never woken up in a hotel room and there's snow on the air conditioner in Vegas when it's 1,000 degrees outside. I don't even know how this is
With
possible.
Santa Claus.
Windows fogged up. Like, I have no idea why he sleeps that cold. The air conditioner was running so hard it was just shaking. It's like it couldn't last.
Hey, I didn't have no covers on either.
I, mean,
Hey, that
I
felt
have no
good.
idea what's going on with that.
Hey, I love the cold air, man. It makes you sleep.
Like
good.
anybody who lives in Vegas, no, that's just suicide. You sit and sleep in a cold hotel room for eight hours and then walk out to desert heat of about 200 degrees. It's just like you're setting yourself up for failure.
Hey, I went out there. I was able to breathe. I breathed very well, and I was cool.
I don't know.
Turned the room into the Arctic Circle.
Man.
Hey,
He'd have been warmer in the Arctic Circle.
hey, it felt good. Anyway, but that was our place down there. Vegas is the spot. Taz know that. Q know that. That's the spot to go, and that's my go-to spot. I mean, I how they say, I fucks with Vegas.
Vegas, we coming back.
Yeah,
Coming
we
back.
on our way back there. We got to, cause we
the
don't do
time.
nothing less. What? Nothing less than 7 days. 7 days or more.
We turned it home. And now where everything new now you got the Airbnbs and all that. We don't actually really have to stay on the street.
Hey,
No, we
just to piggyback and go back there. You
Yeah,
guys,
let's go then. Let's go.
I gotta get back serious. Please take care of yourselves, man. This COVID thing is not over. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Don't forget about it. Don't be the one that learn, somebody either next to you or a family friend catches that, because it's like, Russian roulette when you catch it. You don't know if it's going to be you or someone else. So please, I implore you, please, keep the measurement going where it's that you stay safe the first time you found out about it. And
Wear
you
those
know,
masks.
wear the mask,
Wear
keep
the
your
mask.
hands clean.
Those who don't have the fear of I took the vaccination. I took Pfizer. I got both doses. I had no side effects with that. If anybody is just wanting to know, just to help somebody get over their fears of the vaccine. My grandmother-in-law also did it, and she is not a flu shot person, so she went out and got her vaccines also. I know there's histories behind vaccines, but we dying out there at an alarming
rate.
Rate. And we got to do something. We got to protect ourselves.
And the reason why I said what I said was because, again, to reiterate what I said earlier, and Tyree done said, we lost a good brother, Jeremy Jones. And, His mom caught the deadly virus, and so did he. And you know, our prayers are with his mom, and you know, both ways, hoping she recover. And sorry for her loss, you know. But Jeremy was young. I mean, he was a young brother.
Good
Jeremy
dude.
was like 30, what, 30?
No, I actually was 42.
Was he 42?
42.
42.
Good dude, man. Good dude.
Love his spirit. I mean, his spirit is intoxicating. How much energy he brought to a room. Period. And those that know me and that know Jeremy, yeah, we lost a good brother as well. You know, another fallen soldier. You know what I'm saying? So rest up, brother. Again, R.I.P. to you.
R.I.P.
But again, to tell you guys to reiterate, man, stay safe. It ain't time to go back to partying and kicking it. I wish it was, cause I would be right back in Vegas. I swear to God, we would have to have another 20 strong head back down to Vegas
with the Brothers from Another Mother podcast. Down in Vegas.
Brothers
from different mothers.
My bad. Brothers from different mothers. I'm not the only one that made them.
No, but that we will be doing as we travel. We will be doing some podcasts from where we travel to. So look forward to that, you guys. Yeah. You guys can also look us up on YouTube to watch the whole video.
Show some love.
You know what I'm saying? Like and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We definitely need the numbers. But also, our email is bfdm1522@gmail.com, or just drop us some type of comment. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what you did like, what you didn't like. You know what I'm saying? What you want to hear, what you want to hear us talk about, what you want to see. Let us know. You know what I'm saying? So, but
want to hear from you.
Yeah, but we definitely wanted to make sure you guys know this. You know what I'm saying? That COVID is not over.
It's not over.
You know,
even if you have the vaccine, you know,
it's not over.
Yeah.
Well, your
variants out of there that doesn't make you safer.
Right.
I mean, it makes you a little bit safer, but not safe enough. Like we gotta protect ours, y'all.
Continue to wear your mask.
You know, we talk about this, and we know, you know, when you listen or look at a podcast, you want to hear different things. But again, you guys, we dropping off like flies, and we get to the point that we think this is over with. Then all of a sudden, it's a large, it's a large group of us that catches it, and then all of a sudden, we lose 4 or 5 more brothers and sisters, and you know. Something that could have been, you know, avoided. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Practice that safe distance. You guys be safe. You know, and as always, you guys, we love you guys. Cam, love you, bro.
I love you too, BK. I love you, man. I love you, Todd, man.
Yeah, man, you all right.
Much love, bro.
I love you, bro. Tyree.
All right, there, Cam.
Hey, brothers, you guys know I love you. Hey. This has been another podcast from different mothers. And you guys stay safe. Keep it going. We love you. We up out of here.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.